What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets. Hope everybody's enjoying your Victory Monday. I know some of you aren't because you want the number one pick in the draft. You want your quarterback of choice, and I respect that. But to me, this win was desperately needed on and off the field for the Jets organization, especially when you see these young players playing their hearts out, man. Mason Taylor, Breece Hall, Justin Fields, Malachi Moore, A.Z. Thomas. Like, this team's been through a lot in a short period of time, and now they can exhale and regroup a little bit. We've been begging for competitive games, development, progress. You saw a lot of that yesterday. Now you want to see them stack those things over the next 2 months. So you kind of feel like you get encouraged by the staff, encouraged by the team, and their blueprint going forward. Now, the one thing we got to start talking about, unfortunately, is a week from tomorrow, November 4th at 4 p.m., is a trade deadline. So there are players on this team that could have played their last game in the green and white, and that player one of them could be Breece Hall. And it's really interesting to see the reactions post-game as opposed to pre-game, where up until this point, most Jet fans felt comfortable saying, you know what, we love Breece, but it's time for us to move on. Trade him now because we want to be proactive instead of reactive. You don't want to worry about compensatory picks. You want to get your known commodity here, say a third-round pick or a fourth-round pick. Breece goes out and gets over 100 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown, looks like one of the best players on the field, and now everybody's like, hold on a second, hit the pause button. This is the guy we should build our offense around. So what's the final answer here? Because you have a week to figure it out for Glenn and Muji. And it's a really interesting conversation to have. Breece Hall is only 24 years old. You've seen a lot of good. You've seen some mediocre. You've seen injuries. How do you handle it? And I think the first question is, does Breece Hall even want to be here? He's been through a lot as a Jet, man. A lot of lows, a lot of frustration, bad coaches, bad game plans, bad quarterback, a ton of losing. And you sense the frustration big time where he may want a fresh start. And honestly, I don't blame him. I understand it completely. But does he even want to come back? Or does he want to stick around for the rebuild? Does he have faith in Aaron Glenn? Does he have faith in Tanner Engstrand to get the most out of him? And based on how he's being used so far this year, it's a good question. I mean, yesterday was great, but before that, a lot of question marks, especially not throwing him the ball in the backfield when he's a very capable pass catcher. So first question, does he want to come back? Second thing is, does he want to get paid like a top 5 running back? Are you willing to pay Breece Hall 13, 14, 15 million a year to come back? Is he worth that? Is that something you feel comfortable with? Now, cap space for the Jets probably won't be an issue, but you also got to keep in mind they have a lot of holes. Like the linebacker position may need a lot of upgrades. The wide receiver group, safety group, offensive line, you may have to plug some holes there if guys leave. So it's like you have a lot of holes here where you're not really one player away. That's the other question too. So then it's, what's the value you're getting back for him? Like, what's the key point where you say, okay, listen, we're giving away a player we love, but we're getting back significant value where we feel comfortable that we can replace him in a variety of ways? Is it a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick? People think that his value may be higher after yesterday's game, which I can understand it. But are you okay with a 4th round pick for Breece Hall? And then if you do trade him away, what is the message to the locker room? If you had Braylon Allen still on active and healthy, which he's not because he got hurt in a kick return, which is stupid. But if you had Braylon Allen healthy, I think it'd be easier to digest. But okay, listen, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, who played very well yesterday, we have pieces here we can actually build upon, but they're not. So now it's like you trade Breece and you have Isaiah Davis and who? I think Khalil Herbert was signed a couple weeks ago. I'm not really sure about the practice squad, but is it a message to the locker room like, were you quitting on the season? Or, how do they handle it too? And for a first-time head coach to even want to deal with that. So tough choice there. And then if you do keep him, what's your vision for next year as well? It's a lot of moving parts here. To me, it's like you see Breece, he can run the ball, he can catch it, he's a good blocker. I just don't know if it's enough to say I want to double down and take that chance to. I wonder if he even wants to go to free agency first, test the market, and the Jets are stuck. Because I always think if you can't get a restructuring done or an extension done now, if they want to play out the season and go to free agency, chances are you're probably not going to keep them. Then you're in a bidding war, and you don't want to do that. So the question is, how do you handle it, man? Like, what do you want to do with Breece Hall? And you can make, again, I'm probably repeating myself, you can make an argument. If you keep him, if you do draft that young quarterback, you have Garrett Wilson, you have Membu, you have Olu, 2 good offensive line, Mason Taylor. You have Braylon Allen, hopefully healthy, Isaiah Davis. You have pieces to the puzzle here where it's like, if you have a running back like Breece here, assuming he's healthy and explosive as he was yesterday or his rookie year, you can make a case of, listen, this offense isn't that far off where that young quarterback isn't going to be pressed to just carry the team. He could be a part of the team. What kind of what the Jets promised Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson, but they'd actually would have it now. So, and if not, can you get that somewhere else? I mean, the draft you probably can, but then you're looking at the draft where your high assets, your high resources, I want to use it wide receiver. You want to use it where? Probably offensive line. Maybe you need a pass rusher. What happens with Will McDonald? What happens with Quentin Williams? So I'm not sure if running back would be high on my list if I wanted to do my top couple draft picks, unless one of those Notre Dame running backs, but that's because I'm biased. So let me know what you guys think, man. I probably rambled, but this Breece Hall argument I think is going to really heat up when people got to assess if he goes, what do you have when he's gone?